Northamptonshire is home to more than 750,000 people and is growing all the time. Of course, those who call our county their home all lead different lives and all have different health and care needs. Integrated Care Northamptonshire brings together different organisations and different health and care roles to support the local community to live their best lives. The role of the healthcare support worker can work across a variety of settings and plays a critical role in making our ambition come to life. Depending on where you work and the professional that you support, healthcare support workers may have slightly different job titles, such as healthcare assistant, nursing assistant, support worker, or care worker. There are lots of opportunities to work with us in a health or care setting, and this video will hopefully give you an idea about some of those opportunities. Healthcare support workers can choose to specialise in a particular setting, such as community, learning disabilities, maternity or mental health. Or they can train to qualify as a healthcare professional, such as a nursing associate, a nurse or midwife. As a healthcare support worker, you will work under the supervision of a healthcare professional, supporting them and helping patients on their journey back to full health. I'd like to introduce you to Kamal and Sophia. They live in Northamptonshire with their newborn baby Jasmine. They also care for Kamal's father, Raf, who needs a little extra support on a day-to-day basis. Each one of them has recently accessed a part of our health and care system, and we are going to follow their journeys to show you how healthcare support workers get involved in delivering our very important services, and how a family, just like yours, could depend on our healthcare support workers to support them. First, let's meet Kamal. Kamal is going to visit his local GP. He has been experiencing some calf pain over the last few weeks, and this is worrying him. GPs are part of our primary care services and provide the first point of contact in the healthcare system. Across Northamptonshire, we have 69 GP practices looking after people from birth until the end of their life, with a range of professionals to deal with our patient concerns. Healthcare support workers support our GP practices, and they are involved in a range of duties. This may include being asked to collect vital signs, set up equipment, update patient healthcare records, and ensure that medical supplies are in stock. Let's hear from Lisa, a healthcare assistant working in a GP practice in Northamptonshire.
I like the fact that each day is different. You don't know what's going to walk through the door. The fact that the role is so diverse, and the fact that you go home feeling that you've done something to help somebody. If you've had somebody and you've been talking to them and you've just maybe picked up that something isn't quite 100% and you've felt the need to put them in a doctor's care, and then they come back to you later and say, "Thank you, you saved my life." That's the bit where you think, wow, I did that. As a team, we're very supportive. The nursing team here are fantastic. It's like a second family. We've got our own mental health support within the team. We've got practice managers that keep a watch. And even sometimes just a little word of like, "Help, I think I'm struggling," and somebody will bring you a cup of tea. It all matters. In primary care, the job role really for a healthcare assistant can vary. We do blood pressures, hearing tests, diabetic checks, foot reviews, mental health reviews. We can do suture removals, minor surgeries, dressing care, wound care. Whatever new skill you'll learn, you are supported, guided, monitored through until you feel confident. We're the first path to getting people some help. So this is people that are poorly, people that need support. I adore it.
Let's return to Kamal to see what happened after he visited his GP practice. Later that day, Kamal gets a call back from the practice and is asked to attend his local hospital to be seen by the same day emergency care department. In Northamptonshire, we have two acute hospitals, Kettering General and Northampton General, together known as University Hospitals of Northamptonshire. The hospitals in the county provide a range of services, including diagnostics and medical care, intensive care, coronary care, cardiology, maternity services, surgery, as well as frailty and radiology, and of course, the emergency department. We are going to find out about the role of the healthcare support workers in the acute hospital. Let's hear from EJ, a healthcare assistant working at the acute hospital in Northamptonshire.
What I love most about my job is just meeting lots of different people every day. It's quite a vulnerable time for them because they're receiving a medical treatment and you sort of are making their day a little bit better, and that's probably what I like most about it. Well, healthcare assistant, what it means to me is there's a million decisions you can make in a day that makes that patient's day better. When you take a patient's observations, you record their pulse rate, you record their oxygen saturations, their blood pressure and their temperature, basically just to check that all of their numbers are in a good range for their overall health. You're the person who spends the most time with the patients, because the nurse spends a great deal of time with the patients as well, but they have their own responsibilities, they have their own documents to fill out, they've got meds rounds to do. You're the person who is directly attending to the patient's care most of the time, so you're going to know them the best. And because of that, you might find people like doctors, occupational therapists, dietitians asking you lots of questions about these patients. You meet such a diverse group of people, you learn about cultures around the world. There's such a wide range of people in the world and you come across them all if you work in a hospital. You have the power to do good in your role, and I think that's it's a really nice thing to do with your day.
Let's return to our family of service users to see how they're getting on. Sophia also visited the same hospital when they welcomed the latest addition to their family, baby Jasmine. She had been receiving postnatal care from the maternity unit. Maternity support workers play a vital role in supporting a family's journey through pregnancy, childbirth, and the first few days of birth, alongside the midwives. We have two maternity support workers who want to tell you a little bit more about their role and experience.
I help and take the lady on her journey through a pathway for maternity. So in the first instance, she'll have a meeting with her midwife and they'll decide a plan for her journey. So when she comes into antenatal clinics, I would be there to support and do blood pressures, urine analysis, etc. And then when she starts to go into labour, we will then support in the rooms with her. When it comes closer to the delivery, I will go in and support with the midwife. And when the baby's delivered, then we will help things like weighing the baby, helping mum to be able to feed her baby however she chooses to feed the baby. When the lady then goes to the postnatal wards, then once again that support process is still in place.
I came into working in the community after 7 years working in the hospital as a healthcare assistant. On the community, we meet the ladies at booking and we follow them all the way through. And then we see them after they've had their babies at home with their families, and we just build up a much better relationship. Although we're working under the midwives, we're still using our own judgment on a lot of things, and I like that aspect of it.
What I would say as a maternity support worker is you need to be on the ball, so you need to be able to preempt situations, but it is a really busy environment and we need to make sure that that journey is the best journey that they can have.
My favourite thing is, although I work as part of a team, which I really value, the support I get in the community. I love working on my own. I love the relationship you can build up with the ladies.
I really enjoy my role, absolutely enjoy my role. Firstly, I was going to be a midwife, and then I took this role on, and actually I enjoy this so much. I don't need to be a midwife. This gives me everything that I need to do within my role.
The role is becoming more of a career in itself for people that are coming into it new. You can work up through it.
We've got a complete journey, so we've got a pathway for you to be able to encourage you to lead on to whatever it is that you want to do. What I've learned in my experience is that actually it's not about holding the babies, it's about encouraging the parents to have that closeness with their baby, and I'm there to support them to be able to do that.
Be prepared to learn on the job as well, because every day you learn something new.
And we have so much support here for families, for us, for all our colleagues, theatre staff. We're all there as one big happy family. It's about coming in, wanting to help people and take them on a journey.
Now that Jasmine has joined the family and Kamal and Sophia adjust to life with their new baby, let's return to Sophia's story to hear more about how she has been treated with postnatal care. Whilst receiving postnatal support, The maternity support worker working with Sophia had a discussion with her regarding her mental health needs. The maternity support worker escalated this to the midwife, and Sophia has been referred to the Community and Mental Health Trust for an assessment with the perinatal mental health team. Mental health services is another area where healthcare support workers are integral to support with mental health recovery, through providing care for people both in the community and inpatient settings. In Northamptonshire, mental health services for children, young people and adults are provided by the NHS and charities. I'm going to introduce you to a number of healthcare support workers from Northamptonshire Healthcare NHS Foundation Trust and from St Andrew's Hospital, a mental health charity, who are having a chat about their roles.
So what do you do in NHFT, sort of daily responsibilities? What's your role involved?
So I work on Marina, which is a psychiatric ICU for males. And our day-to-day would be like meal service. We start out with breakfast. Then we support the OTs with any activities that they have to do, making sure that their physical health is taken care of, doing their blood pressure, the observations, that kind of thing. And then just supporting people when they need to. But Ollie, you work in older adults, and that day-to-day is quite different to what my day-to-day is, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's the same sort of idea because I work in mental health as well. But I work for older adult services, so over 65s. We support the MDT, which is the psychologists, the OTs, the occupational therapists. The physios is quite prevalent on our ward. What about yourself, Shelley?
I work with young women with emotionally unstable personality disorder, and currently I'm on a ward where they've also got disordered eating as well. So again, it's just engaging them in meaningful activities and just supporting them with their day and helping them sort of be independent and confident again. Yeah. How about you working in sort of the forensic side of it?
My department comprises of mental health and forensic and prisoners as well. So we make sure every individual needs are met according to their care plan, and we make sure at least they have a good day.
What do you say you enjoy the most?
Just working as part of a team, helping people to get better. I particularly enjoy mental health. I enjoy helping people and watching people get better with their mental health. And it's not to say that it's not challenging or long shifts, tiring, but it's rewarding.
Being able to see someone recover and actually get better, and that you've had a part in that, it's those moments where you're like, that's why I'm here, because you can see that you've actually made a difference.
That's the rewards of the job, isn't it? To see people move forward and achieve goals that they probably never thought they'd be able to achieve.
It's a fulfilled job, seeing another human being progress, and they see people like us as the main help for them. So that is why I'm so passionate about it.
One of the positive aspects of my job is the rehab and the recovery side of it. Being able to see people move on and how the rehab has worked is really what gets me up every day and coming in.
Do St Andrews offer support?
They do. We get regular supervision. Yeah, and we're very supportive. Again, you're only as good as the team you work in, aren't you?
Yeah.
Comprehensive training as well.
Yeah.
Get to
They spend a
offload.
lot of money on training.
And that's really important that you get that.
What else do you think is important, like an important characteristic to have to be able to do this kind of job?
Communication is massively important if you're going to come over to healthcare.
I think reliability is also one that's really key in our sector, isn't it?
You as a staff member should know your boundaries.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
make sure the patient himself knows the boundaries. So when you complement both, then both of you will be able to achieve a good result. What progression do you intend to achieve from what you're doing?
The learning support and the progression is endless.
They trained you to be on top of your goal at all times. So that is excellent about St Andrews.
So, Ollie, what advice would you give to somebody on their first day working?
I would advise that they would need to be quite open-minded. They potentially would see things that they've never seen before.
When you first come onto the ward, we have some kind of induction in place for you. We usually appoint a staff member as a mentor who is going to mentor you through every procedure on that ward. So within 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you are ready to go. And since we've put that in place, it's been working well.
I think that's what I like about healthcare in general. Like, you can always ask questions. There's always a situation that you've not faced before.
Something you could point out to a new starter would be, don't expect to know it all. It's a role that really takes time for you to gain the experience.
The job's not easy. It is hard, but we do it for a reason.
The most important thing is the passion.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the passion of the job.
Yeah.
That's the joy of the job, that at least as human being, you're helping another human being to get better.
As you will have heard from our colleagues, our mental health services also support people with learning disabilities and people who are living with dementia. Let's return to our family of service users to see what else they can tell us about accessing support in the community. Raf received a dementia diagnosis 5 years ago and has been receiving his care at home through adult social care rather than in a hospital setting. The community care professionals have been supporting Raf to live independently and to continue his daily routines such as washing, dressing, cooking, as well as staying connected to other people. Adult social care delivers care in different settings such as home care, day centres, residential care, and many people with disabilities directly employ personal assistants to provide care and support. Local councils are responsible for assessing people's needs and, if individuals are eligible, funding their care. However, most social care services in Northamptonshire are delivered by independent providers. Care and support workers make up the majority of the social care workforce, and in our final video we will be introduced to a group of adult social care and support workers talking about their experience working in this sector.
So Gloria, what's the most rewarding part of your job?
The compliment is everything for me. It makes me push, it makes me know my work is making an impact.
Making a difference.
Yeah,
You feel good about yourself as well. When you leave, you feel...
Yeah.
Sometimes you're the only face that they see as well, the only family that they have. So it's really nice and really rewarding to be a big part of their lives, if that makes sense.
Definitely. Yeah.
It's kind of amazing feeling that you get that you wouldn't get in any other career.
It's not just the clients though, the family as well, the relationships and the bonds that you get with the family as well. You are the one person that they trust, so when you're going out to support them, you are that one person that they rely on.
I think as well, you forget the impact you have on the family, because it must be difficult for the family a lot of the time, but you also relieve a lot of any sort of stress
and make them feel good because they know that their relatives being supported,
being looked after.
Yeah, and it kind of eases their mind.
Our roles are very sort of, well, I know mine is, it's very sort of multi, isn't it? So you end up cooking, taking them out places, that sort of stuff, and you tend to forget the amount of skills that you learn along the way.
And the skills that are required, but obviously, like you said, you do learn it along the way, but it does take a lot of skill to work in this job.
What I think most rewarding is doing personal care. So what I think is that is the most important part of their life, keeping them hygiene, making them neat and clean. They need that.
And being there to support them, isn't it?
I think the key word is support as well, isn't it? So you're not doing it for them, but you are supporting if they need any help.
So James, what would you say is your most challenging part of the job role? What do you find the hardest?
The most challenging part is when a client of mine is distressed. It's very hard sometimes to reason with them, to make them feel a lot better about themselves.
The most challenging thing for me is when you get really good relationships with clients or residents and you lose them, because that is a very difficult part of it. They say that you shouldn't get attached, but it's really hard not to.
I do 15-hour shifts some days, 7.5. You're there more than you're with your own family, really.
You become their family.
You become their family.
You're not lifting boxes, you're working with people.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
So it's very hard not to form relationships.
Of course.
So James, what sort of tech do you use with your role?
One tech that we have is called Pain Check. So basically it monitors the resident's pain. So what you do is scan their face and it can notice how much pain they're in.
That's amazing.
That's really
it's very beneficial to us.
Did you get any training for that?
So we got a little bit of training from our manager, so she showed us what to do, but it's quite easy to use.
I work in a care home, so for you guys, you work out in the community, what kind of technology do you use?
So I have an app called Birdie, and on this Birdie app you literally have all your tasks and medications that you like check off at a time, but it's so straightforward. Everything is literally right in front of you on that app. You can see their care plan, you can see absolutely anything that you need. It's all there. Previous visits, future visits, everything like that. It's all there.
That's so good.
Yeah, it's really, really good. So even if you were struggling, like it's your first time in that job, it will literally tell you what you need to do, what their likes and dislikes are, how they communicate, how they mobilise, things like that. It is amazing.
That's brilliant.
Care plan, everything is there.
Yeah, it's really good. Yours is similar, isn't it?
Yeah, same as mine. So guys, where do you see yourself progressing at the end of the road?
Well, with this sort of work, there's loads of different other options, isn't there, in the whole social care sector. You could be a nurse, you could be a social worker or whatever. Me, myself, I'm quite happy where I am because I just enjoy what I do at the level that I am. But there is loads of different avenues and opportunities. It's a bit of a myth that people think like it's a dead-end job. It's totally not.
Yeah, and you can't progress because you can't.
Yeah.
So currently I'm doing my level 3. I'm in the carer role at the moment. I don't know if I wanted to go to a senior role, to be honest, but I just wanted more knowledge.
I joined as support worker actually, and I got they taught me peg feeding, giving medication, giving fluids like that, and now I'm a healthcare support worker. And I see a future in this job.
I started very young. I was 17, so I was kind of like a kid myself. To go into that sector, it really opened my eyes, and I'll be honest, it was a job for me. I was 17, I'd just finished school. Now, like being older, working to where I am and the qualifications I have got in my job role, it's incredible. And I wish I knew that back then to see where I am today, and I'm very proud of myself.
I was 18 when I started, and I was scared at first because I didn't know what I'm going into. You have all these images in your head of like what it could be like and all that sort of stuff, but then you never exactly know. And then when you go in there, it is scary at first because it's people that you're working with, and you don't know them.
No.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You're strangers.
You're the only person that don't know them. Everyone else knows them.
And it's going to be difficult to start with, especially if you work with dementia clients as well. They don't know your face, they don't recognise you.
You're a stranger to them.
Yeah, so it's going to be challenging, but when you build that relationship with them, that's when you start getting better at your job and being able to know what they want.
You go home with a smile on your face, and you've made a difference.
Yeah,
so that's
100%, and they tell you that as well, that you've made a difference, and they appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
Just seeing them smile is such a rewarding thing. And when they go and tell all their family about everything you've done for them and stuff like that, I just love it. I do love the job.
As you can see, it is vital that all the health and social care services are joined up and work together to meet the needs of all the family. Healthcare support workers are a crucial part of this and provide hugely important and valuable work across a wide variety of settings. Could you be inspired to be a key piece of the jigsaw? Depending on the role, you don't always need qualifications or previous work experience to start and grow your career in health and social care. What's really important is having the right values, behaviours and attitudes to work effectively with people who need care and support. Wanting the best for another person has to come naturally if you're going to care for them, which is where compassion and empathy really make a difference. Whether you choose to start your career in our primary care, acute hospitals, community and mental health settings, or in adult social care, Northamptonshire Integrated Care System will help you to support the different health and care needs of people in Northamptonshire, assisting you to gain plenty of experience as you grow and learn along the way. To find out more, visit mycareeracademy.co.uk. Northamptonshire Integrated Care System would like to thank all of the healthcare support workers in this video for sharing their experiences. You really do make a difference to the care and support that is delivered to our people of Northamptonshire. Thank you.